Today I want to take you through a practice where we sort of weave between restorative and gentle Hatha as a way to really get into the body and deep into the breath more patiently than we might do in, say, a vinyasa flow class. So if you have props at home, great, grab them. A couple of blocks would be super handy for this practice. If you don't have blocks, but you have maybe some thicker hardcover books, those are also really awesome and would work well here. And then there's a few moments where we'll be on the knees a little bit. So if you're like me and you have sensitive kneecaps, then an option would be to grab something like a towel or a blanket. I'm using a scarf that I've just folded up, and I'll put that as a bit of cushion between the earth and my knee when necessary. So yeah, if you have any of that, great. If you have none of that, also great, you'll be fine. And then we'll just get started. So come into a tall seat. If you do have a block, then maybe you'll use it. I like to sit on my shins in a supported virasana and put a block underneath my sitting bones. But you could sit anyway, cross-legged or something else, just something that is comfortable for you in your body. I really want you to feel, some comfort in this practice. There will be some moments where that might not be the case, but whenever possible, get cozy. And then, just close your eyes, bring your hands somewhere on your body, and we'll just settle together. Bow your head in a little bit and then bring your awareness to your torso. Get a real sense of your breath and feel it move in and out of the space between each one of your ribs. And then feel a widening through all four sides of your body as you take in a full inhale through your nose. And open your mouth. Twice more like that. You might even make a noise. Breathe in. Last one, big or small. And then lick your lips, close your mouth, and swallow a couple times. As you find a gentle but full breath in and out through your nose now. I came across a little reading in this 12-step program that I'm a part of, and it really spoke to me. And so I want to share it with you because I know that many of us are moving through, sensitive times in our lives right now. And sometimes it's important to sort of remember that we're not alone, and that there is another side to all of this. Surrender. We see the word surrender as something negative, as if surrendering can only mean one thing: defeat. Because of this, we will often find ourselves bracing against the world, not only with the ones we love, but even against our own insides. When we feel something uncomfortable, unfamiliar, maybe even awkward, we hold our breath. We tense our shoulders and tighten our jaw. We make ourselves so small and so solid as so not to let the unknown get any bigger, and ensuring nothing else can get in. We'll do anything to overcome, to push past, to win against. We avoid, we ignore, we pretend like change is a choice, and we are perfectly fine to never choose it. And most of us will fight against what we do not understand before we take the time to be curious, to ease in and settle down, allowing whatever it is that's causing us all this inner chaos to have a worthy seat at the table. But what if we gave ourselves permission to be still, to give space, to breathe through whatever is rising up in us, bitter or sweet? What if we didn't avoid being awake to everything we feel? And what if we redefined our understanding of the word surrender to mean gaining a more honest perspective? And then we did just that. We surrendered to ourselves completely so we could see the full picture of who we are, no exceptions and no judgments. Who would you be then? And would you really be defeated? Or would you be more whole? I wonder. Softly open your eyes, and as you inhale, reach both of your arms up overhead. Bring your right hand between your two shoulder blades and bring your left hand to your right elbow. And then really hug in, outer shoulders in and up, but draw your shoulder blades into your spine and sort of soften the space between your ears and your shoulder heads so that there's a bit of room, unnoticeable to the world around you, but felt by you through your neck. And then take another full breath in here. Press the tops of your feet or any part of your legs that's still touching the earth. Leverage the ground to lengthen all the way up, and as you exhale, start to arc over to the left and get really expansive and wide through your whole right side body. And then wrap your chest a little more open and keep reaching your right hand down your back behind you. Take a full breath in and arc over as you breathe out, belly in. One more like this. Good. Come back through center as you inhale, reach both arms up. And as you exhale, lower your right hand beside you on the earth And bring your left hand to the top of your head, neck stretch. Lean your left ear over to your left shoulder. And your left hand is just on your head. It's just resting there. It's a touch of extra weight. And then your right hand can be a touch more active. You could reach it out to the side if you like, a little more forward, behind. Place it right on the ground so that through your right arm, you're accentuating the stretch in through your scalenes, your neck. Good, one more breath in here. Slowly release your left hand from your head and come back through center. You might take a couple of turns with your neck. And then keep your left hand on the ground. Bring your right arm all the way behind you and grab into your left hip crease. Use your left hand to sort of pull your right hand over a little bit more. If you can't grab into your left hip crease, no problem. Just grab your clothes at the side. Good. And then again, reach your left arm up. And this time you're gonna arc up and over to the right. So now your whole left side body stays open. And then your right shoulder probably wants to hike up towards your ear, so draw it away. And this might feel a little bit extra uncomfortable because it's in your arm, your shoulder is moving in the opposite direction. You would use it to work at a computer or hold your phone. And then again, lift and lengthen and just take in a nice wide breath through your whole left side body and turn your chest open to the sky. Keep softening your right shoulder blade onto your back. Take a full breath in and arc over, breathe out. Come back through center on your inhale and just totally let that go both sides as you exhale. You might take some shoulder circles with your right shoulder backward and forward. Good. And then again, inhale, reach both of your arms up. And then bring your left hand behind you between your two shoulder blades and bring your right hand to your left elbow and then sort of hug in through your arm bones, but then soften your shoulders away from your ears so your neck still has room to breathe. And then take a full breath in. Lift up, press the earth with your legs, and as you exhale, belly in and arc over to the right. Whole left side body stays nice and long and open. We were just here in a different way. So feel if there's any differences when you come back to this place. Take one more full breath in, wrap your chest open. And a full breath out, arc. Good. Inhale, come back through center. And as you exhale, left hand to the earth and bring your right hand to your head. Good. And then get a little taller as you breathe in. And just lean your head over to the right as you breathe out. Just a few more rounds right here. And then totally let that go. Come back through center. Some circles with your head, your neck. And then bring your left hand all the way behind you, tuck into your right hip crease, drag it over, reach your right arm up, And then draw your shoulders back and down. Take a full breath in. And then arc over to the left. Good. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Inhale, come back through center, and then slowly let all of that go. Take some big circles into that shoulder. Then come to stillness. Inhale, reach both of your arms up. Close your eyes, bring your hands to your heart center as you exhale. And then in honor of the courage it takes to surrender as a form of letting go, of having acceptance and making space for something new. One sound of Om in honor of you. Deep inhale. Have a wonderful practice. Softly open your eyes, and you're going to come onto all fours. Just go ahead and arrange your props or anything you've got going on that you need. Put it off to this side so it's ready for you. And then you might tap out your legs, stretch them long. And you're actually going to come into a child's pose. So knees out nice and wide, heels together, draw your hips back towards your feet, arms reach out in front of you. And I actually like a bit of a block underneath my forehead. So you could use that, but you could put your forehead right on the ground. And then we're here for a little bit of time. Last 2 breaths. How much can you let go? How heavy can you be? So now inhale slowly and sort of shimmy your way up into a neutral tabletop again. Again, move any blocks, props that you've got going on. And then just take a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhaling to draw your chest forward, shoulders back, breathe in. And exhaling round all the way through your spine. 4 more. And then come back through a neutral tabletop as you inhale. And settle here as you exhale. Get really rooted into both of your hands, especially your left palm. Spread your fingers wide. And as you press into your whole hand, grip your mat with your fingertips. And you'll notice there's a little bit of a lift all the way through your left arm bone. And then hover your right hand up off the earth and slowly reach your right arm all the way up to the sky. Now draw your shoulders back, broaden your collarbones, and inhale, open. And as you exhale, weave your right arm all the way through your left arm for a sort of shoulder thread the needle. Twice more. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, weave through. Last one like this. You'll hold in your exhale position. Really get your whole shoulder head, right shoulder head underneath you as you reach through your right hand. And then your left bum is sort of going to want to move more to the left. Can you even out your hips? You can even quickly sneak your left hand behind you and see what's going on in your pelvis. Make sure it's sort of neutral. And then left hand can come back in front of your face on your mat, or you could extend it long overhead. Two more breaths right here. Good. On your next inhale, come back through center and reach your whole right arm all the way up. And take some big circles now with your whole right arm. And don't worry about what you look like. Just care more about how you feel. Get almost a bit interpretive dancey about it. And then when you've gone one way, switch the direction. Inhale to reach up and exhale to sweep downward. Good. And then inhale, come back through center. And exhale, hands down. Good. Now from here, come right into the other side. Reach your left arm all the way up. Inhale. Get really heavy into your right hand so that through both of your arm bones, there's really an extension that you feel. Take another breath in here. Open your chest to the left, and then as you exhale, sweep your left arm all the way through. Good. Twice more like that. Breathe in and reach up. And exhale, weave it through. Last one. And then hold here. Check what's happening in your hips. Make sure there's an evenness left to right. And then as your left arm extends all the way out to the right, maybe your right hand reaches a little further ahead over top of you. And then breathe and settle. Start to release, bring your right hand back through neutral, reach your left arm all the way up as you inhale, and then take those same big circles with your left arm, get right into your chest and your shoulder, and a couple like this. And when you've gone one way a couple of times, go the other way. Good. And then slowly release. Then come all the way onto your belly and walk your hands out wide for finger stand cobra. And then from here, press the tops of your feet into the earth, your pubic bone. And then as you inhale, lift your chest, press your fingertips into the earth and really roll your shoulders back. And as you exhale, roll all the way back down. Good. Twice more like this. Breathe in. And melt your chest as you breathe out. Again, roll up. Inhale. And melt as you exhale. This time, inhale, lift through your heart. And then lower your left shoulder down and look right. Inhale, come back through center, lift, and exhale, right shoulder down, look left. Twice more each side. Last one. Left shoulder down, look right. Final side, breathe in center. Right shoulder down, look left. And then inhale center. And melt your heart as you exhale. And then extend your right arm long and out to the side with your palm flat on the earth. Then bring your left hand a little closer to you, to your left side rib cage. And then you're actually just going to push with your left hand into the ground all the way. Push yourself onto your right side. Okay. Now your right arm can reach a little further down, can come right out from your shoulder socket or reach up. You just adjust as you need. If you find that this is really intense, then just sort of don't come all the way on your right side body, sort of ease off a little bit. You could put something underneath your right ear, the right side of your head. I actually like to step my left foot outside of my right leg with my knee bent and popping up into the sky. You can see that here. But you could also bend your knees, stack your legs, and I find this can be a little bit more sweet and less uncomfortable. So you choose. Good. Take a final breath in. And a final breath out. And then come back through center. Slowly roll off your right shoulder and your right pec. Kind of an intense stretch for some of us, at least for me. So take it nice and slow as you bring your right hand back in, and then both palms flat by your low ribs, and just one round of low cobra, Bhujangasana. Breathe in, lift your chest, and melt as you breathe out. Now, second side, extend your left arm out long to the side, palm flat on the earth. Bring your right hand onto fingertips a little closer to you, and then just push the earth with your right hand so you can slide all the way onto your left shoulder and open through your left pec. Legs can stay long and stacked. You could bend your knees into your belly, right? You can also keep your left leg straight and step your right foot just behind it, knee into the earth. Now, both sides of your body are very different, so it's important to not judge one over the other. For me, my left pec likes this a lot less than my right side does. So deeper breaths required, but deep breaths are always required, really. And last one in here. And last one out. And inhale, slowly come back through center, roll all the way back onto your belly, and just take your time to draw your left hand back in, and then flatten both palms beside your low rib cage, and then one more time, inhale, low cobra, chest up, shoulders back, and lower as you breathe out. Good. And then push back into an extended child's pose again, with your knees sort of apart and hips back towards your heels, and really extend, reach as long as you can through your arms all the way to your fingertips as you melt here. Going to be here for another couple rounds of breaths. Good, and then just start to walk your hands all the way over to the right side. Bring your left hand on top of your right hand and really reach through your whole left side body. Anchor your left hip down and then get heavy again. Through your forehead, through your sitting bones. Good, and then slowly let that go, come through center and walk all the way over to the left side with your hands. Stack your right palm on top of your left hand and then anchor your right hip far away from your right shoulder so you can take in some nice deep breaths into your right side body and then settle here. Good, and then come back through center. And then you're going to come all the way onto your belly again, but something that we're going to do is I'd like for you to grab, if you've got blocks, grab them now. If you don't have any blocks, you'll just lay flat on your belly. You could put something underneath your forehead, like a pillow or that towel or blanket you grab, just stack it up a little bit more compactly, and you'll put that underneath your forehead and you'll just kind of chill. And you'll experience the gentle back bend aspect of this pose. But if you do have some hard books or some blocks, then I'd like you to put them sort of on their longest setting, and yeah, and then you'll come onto your belly, and the block or the spine of the book, whatever you're using, is going to kind of come underneath the eye of your elbow, your inner elbow. And you'll sort of allow your arms to dangle over top. And you'll just adjust how close or far away your blocks are from you. As you dangle over here, this is going to be a bit of a gentle back bend and also a shoulder and a pec opener. And then it's just keeping you sort of lifted through your arms, but then you're actually just going to totally let your whole chest and your head sort of, for a lack of a better expression, sag towards the earth. And if you find you actually have more space, then feel free to prop up on a higher height. If you do have your head turned one way, just stay as you are and turn your head the other way. But keep with the pec and shoulder opener. Last little bit of time here. So very slowly now, just start to lift your arms up off the blocks and bring your hands in close. In fact, stack your hands underneath of your forehead and then just rest here a couple breaths. Good, and then you'll find your way into either a tabletop or downward facing dog. And we won't take very many down dogs in this practice, but this is one of a couple. So if you're craving it, then come right into it. You could bend one knee and lower the opposite heel and then do the same the other way. A couple deep breaths. Good, and then inhale, kick your right leg up to the sky and then just draw your right shin all the way forward for pigeon pose. And then you could sit your blocks if you have any, maybe one underneath your forehead or two. If you find that this is really intense on the outer hip and it's lifting way up off the earth, you could put a block underneath your right hip. Okay, that can be offer a little more ease so that you can actually just kind of let go into this pose. If this shape is still not working for you, then an offering of 90-90, where you literally just bring your two legs in 90-degree angles and you could just bow over from here and search around. And then once you find the space, you can just sort of melt into it. So I'll let you choose what that is for your body. And you don't have to come all the way down to the earth, right? You can stay upright. You know, there really is no right or wrong in this practice. There's just an exploration of your own self, of your own body. Okay. Slowly rise back up onto the palms of your hands. Move your props out of the way and out to the side. And then you're going to tuck your back toes and kick your right leg back up behind you. Down dog or not, you choose. Some circles into that hip. You can also do this from a tabletop. And then step your right foot all the way forward and again inside your right thumb. Lower your back knee down. This is where you might like a little bit of extra padding underneath of your left knee. Okay. And then a couple of options here. You don't have blocks. You just come right onto your fingertips and allow your belly to sort of rest right on top of your thigh. Walk your left knee a little further back behind you and take it nice and easy. Palms, fists, they're also good too. If you've got blocks, then you could bring those underneath of your hands, whatever you choose. It's your pelvis, your groin that I really want you to sort of heavy towards the earth. And you should start to feel a really big stretch in the front of your left hip where your psoas lives. Good. One more breath in here. One more breath out. And then on your next inhale, take a full breath in and lift your chest. Even lift your chin, look up. And then as you exhale, you're going to sweep your hips back all the way until your right leg is long in front of you. If you don't have blocks, don't worry about it. Come on to fingertips. Okay, if you've got your blocks, use your blocks underneath of your hands, and you can bend your right knee any amount. There's no rule that says it has to be straight. So as you come into any depth of your right leg extension, lengthen through your side waist, and then from your head bow in, from your chest bow in. Right toes are active. Right foot flexes back towards your face. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. A couple more right here. Good, and then slowly shift forward all the way until you plant your right foot. And then your right knee bends again. Walk your right foot over to the right. Bring your two hands on the inside for lizard pose. Your right foot can stay flat onto the ground, or you can come onto the outer edge of your right foot, but turn your toes out too and really flex your foot so you're not sickling in your ankle, and naturally your knee is going to turn out as well. Your left knee can be stacked underneath you a lot, or you can walk it further back behind you so that, again, your groin gets a little heavier, a little closer to the ground. And then blocks, if you've got them, use them. Put them underneath of your hands to bring the earth a little closer to you. But if you don't have any blocks, then don't worry about it. Stay up high onto the palms of your hands and then start to work your chest, your whole body, any amount more towards the earth over time. You don't have to rush straight there if it's not available to you. We're here for a couple of minutes. it really is in these moments where we are tested. Thoughts and feelings come up that can be incredibly uncomfortable, that will make us want to sort of avoid and fidget and give up on the pose. Right? And so I encourage you, and I say this for you just as much as I need to hear it myself, to stay in it. To see if you could surrender to it. Because I think in letting go and leaning into the discomfort that you might be feeling here as you make space in your own body, it might be really empowering to realize that you're just having an experience of opening. It's only natural to resist. But you also have the choice to be curious. One more full breath in here. Full breath out. If you're low to the ground, come back onto the palms of your hands. And if your right foot is on its outer edge, flatten it and turn your toes more forward. Now, stay with me here. Inhale, lift your chest. Press the earth, fingertips maybe. Breathe in, look up. And then just your spine rounds as you exhale, stick out your tongue. Twice more. Chest forward and up. Breathe in. Lion's breath, tongue out. One more time. Good. Inhale, come back through a neutral spine. Flatten your palms if not already, and sweep your right leg back up behind you in a tabletop or a three-legged dog. Some circles into that hip. And lower your right foot down beside your left. Pigeon pose the other side. Extend your left leg up, breathe in. And then sweep your left knee forward, left shin forward. Extend your right leg out long behind you. Now again, if this shape, if pigeon doesn't work for your body, all good. You could take 90-90. You could also come onto your back and do thread the needle and just change it up completely. If you're in 90-90 or deer pose, right, you've got these sort of right angles in your legs, and then you just sort of search, lean over to the left and walk around with your arms and your body until you find that sensation in your outer left hip, and then just bow in through there. I like a block underneath my forehead when I'm in pigeon or deer pose. It's not necessary here for a little bit of time. Good. So slowly start to come back up onto the palms of your hands. Move your blocks out of the way, and then you're going to press again to that tabletop with your left leg up behind you, okay? Or down dog. And you just take some circles into the left hip. You choose which one you'd like. There's no rules. Got enough of those, don't need any here. And then again on your next breath in, left leg up behind you, and then step your left foot forward. Lower your back knee down onto the ground. Move your little cushion a little more onto your underneath of your right knee. And then blocks or no blocks, you choose Anjaneyasana, low lunge pose. And it's truly in the front of your right psoas, your right hip here, that I want you to feel most of the stretch. So let your groin be super heavy to the ground as best as possible, and then just sort of round over your front knee. And if you've got blocks, use them, but if not, just hands on the earth, right? Not gonna lie, I don't think there's any way to make this pose feel that comfortable, so blocks or no blocks, you're not missing out on anything. Okay, as you inhale, lift through your heart. And as you exhale, start to sweep your hips back all the way till your left leg is long in front of you. And again, you can have some blocks underneath your hands. Your hands can be on the earth, and your front knee, your left knee can be straight, but it can also be bent. And just lengthen through your side waist and sort of bow over your leg. Keep your left foot nice and active, and stretch your toes towards your face. Okay, slowly shift forward, or you bend into your left foot. Walk your left foot more left. Bring your hands on the inside of your leg, and then turn your left toes out, foot flat, or come onto the outer edge. And then again, settle in. Choose your arm variation. Maybe you're on palms, maybe you're on forearms. Both sides of your body can have very different experiences. Right? I find it interesting to observe how from left to right, there's a different offering, right? Just within you. And it can really highlight, our complexities. And that's beautiful to be layered in this way. Last couple of breaths here. Okay. Slowly rise back up if your palms aren't already on the earth, and then flatten your foot back down. Left toes turn in a little bit. And then fingertips, maybe if you can, all 10 of your fingertips, and then lift through your chest and look up, chin up, breathe in, expose your throat. And then just round your spine as you breathe out. Twice more lion's breath. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Good. Inhale. Back through neutral. Flatten your palms, and then very mindfully pick up your back knee and sweep your left leg back up high behind you. Some circles into that hip. You can also do this from tabletop. And then put your left foot down and come onto your knees. And then just come to sit. And you'll sweep your legs out from underneath you. And what we've been working towards is a double hip stretch. So a couple of options here. You can just take Sukhasana across your legs right at your ankles. And then from here, you just sweep your sitting bones out from underneath you, walk your hands forward and melt down towards the earth. And this is a nice modification if double pigeon is just way too intense for your body. Otherwise, double pigeon, you'll cross your legs fully. You actually stack your shins. Toes will come right up in line with both of your knees. Flex your feet. Now, if you've got a big space between, your top leg and your bottom foot, you might sneak a block in there, okay? And then you might even use your other block or both of your blocks as props, either underneath of your arms, or sometimes it's nice to have something underneath of your forehead. So I'll leave that to you. Come into whichever variation you're taking, and then, try to relax, though I know that might be asking for a lot in these big hip stretches. So just do your best to breathe deeply here. Be on each side for 3 minutes. You'll start to feel maybe a bit of a release at this point. So you might lower even closer to the earth through your arms, your forehead, your body. If that's available to you, make that little adjustment now for the last minute of this pose, this side. Last 3 breaths. Good. Slowly make your way back up through center. Walk your hands behind you, and you'll just very slowly release your legs. And then take some windshield wipes from side to side. Good. And then come back through center. And then, hurrah, we get to do it one more time on the other side. I can hear your excitement all the way over here. Can you tell how excited I am? Okay, back to seriousness. So, choose your variation. Either cross your legs at your ankles and take Sukhasana, or stack shin bone on top of shin bone. And I don't know about your body, but for my body, one side is a lot tighter than the other. I think that's pretty common. So just support yourself accordingly. And then, yeah, come right into it. Deep inhale as you extend your arms out long. And then bow in any amount. Again, if you are finding that more space is slowly being created, then you might adjust a little bit now for the last minute. Last 3 breaths here. Good. Slowly come back up through center. Move your props out of the way. Lean back, uncross your legs. Good. And you might, again, take some windshield wipes from side to side. Could stretch them out and do some like shake, shake, shake and wiggle wiggles. And then just right where you are, slide down your mat. And then plant your feet and very slowly roll all the way down onto your back. And then I'm gonna suggest taking a supported back bend. So that could be with a block or 2 underneath your sacrum. You could also put one underneath, in between your shoulder blades. I'm just gonna choose one for underneath my sacrum, and then your arms can sort of be heavy on the earth on either side of your body. And you just settle here. So you can stay like this, or slowly start to lift your hips and remove the block and come into any final shape that you want to take. Before Shavasana, maybe happy baby or knees to chest. And then as you're ready, just slowly let go. Extend your legs out long and your arms out long. And if there's any final little moves, shapes, fidgets, things you need to do to allow you to rest here in this place, then please feel free to do them. But then as soon as you can, just come right into a place of stillness. And as you arrive here, as you land here, take a deep breath in and a full breath out through your mouth. And then totally let go, surrender into Shavasana. surrender. We see the word surrender as something negative, as if surrendering can only mean one thing: defeat. Because of this, we will often find ourselves bracing against the world, not only with the ones we love, but even against our own insides. When we feel something uncomfortable, unfamiliar, maybe even awkward, we hold our breath. We tense our shoulders and tighten our jaw. We make ourselves so small and solid as so not to let the unknown get any bigger, and ensuring nothing else can get in. We'll do anything to overcome, to push past, to win against. We avoid, we ignore, we pretend like change is a choice, and we are perfectly fine to never choose it. And most of us will fight against what we do not understand before we ever take the time to be curious, to ease in and settle down, allowing whatever it is that's causing us all this inner chaos to have a worthy seat at the table. But what if we gave ourselves permission to be still, to give space to breathe through whatever is rising up in us, bitter or sweet? What if we didn't avoid being awake to everything we feel? And what if we redefined our understanding of the word surrender to mean gaining a more honest perspective? And then we did just that. We surrendered to ourselves completely so we could see the full picture of who we are. No exceptions and no judgments. Who would you be then? And would you really be defeated? Or would you be more whole? I wonder. If you haven't already, slowly start to reopen to your breath and invite movement back into your body. And then take your time and any other shapes you need on your way into a tall seat. When you arrive, settle again and bring your hands to any place that means something to you. And then close your eyes and bow your head in. There is so much happening in the world, and so much of it can often feel like it's completely out of our control. And currently, we're being forced inside our homes, inside our heads, inside ourselves. Our body, our breath is a way of seeing all of this, an opportunity to surrender inward. And I know this is hard, because it is for me too. And so in honor of the courage it takes to surrender, to make space, to gain acceptance, and leave room for something new. In honor of you, take a full breath in and out your mouth. One sound of Om. Breathe in. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing time with me, and I look forward to doing it again soon. Anyways, I love you. Thank you. See you soon.